Okay, we're here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. This is live, and I am here at 5:33 in the morning Pacific time, 8:33 USA in New York, in the eastern coast of the United States. Welcome everyone to the show. It is February the 10th. This is the 41st day of the new year already. 41 days into 2025. Are we getting into it? Yes, we are. And we're watching all kinds of stuff here. There's a lot going on to try to digest here and absorb. And I want to thank you all for your support of this channel, coming by here to listen to me rant and rave every once in a while, and try to give you an idea in plain English what the hell is happening out there in this wild and wacky world. For those of you who are regulars, you probably got a message from me on the weekend. I think it was Saturday I did this. A Saturday morning, I was in a funky mood. I got up and I was kind of looking up my channel's analytics, and I just want to know, how's this channel doing, and how are the views, and all that analytical stuff. And I came across, I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I came across a video that I posted May of 2023, I think it was. So it's not quite 2 years ago, 1 year, 9 months ago. And it was a video about writing cash secured puts on Sofi. And at the time, the shares of Sofi were trading at about $5.45 a share. And I was telling my viewers at that time on a video, I had made actually a video that I had posted. Normally I just do live shows. And I told people on the video, you might want to think about writing $5 cash secured puts. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to send a link to that video out to everybody through my community tab link. And you probably all got if you're a subscriber to this channel, at least a subscriber, you got a link notification where I was saying, here's something from the good old days. And did you take a look at it? I think 68 or 70 people have watched that video since Saturday morning. That means a sliver of you have watched that video. Now, if you're a subscriber to this channel, you can always go to my homepage and look up any video I've ever posted. I've never deleted really any. No, I don't think I've deleted any. So you can go right back to 2020 if you want and look at my channel's history, where I think the first time I talk about GameStop was May or June of 2020, short position. That video where I talk about this ridiculous short position on GameStop has only had 4,000 views. Out of all the subscribers I have had and viewers I've had and the millions of views of this channel, only 4,000 times of that video ever been noticed or mentioned. And I was talking about GameStop when it was $4.80 before the 4-for-1 split. That means today, $1.20 a share. And I was commenting that there could be a short squeeze here on this stuff because this is unsustainable. I also looked at my videos going forward into 2021 when I started going live with you every day. And I was getting 8, 10, 20,000 views on some of my videos, all about GameStop back then. Fascinating to see these old stats because I forget. But what struck me about the video I talked to you guys about, or that I alerted you about, this Sofi cash secured put video that I did, where I suggested writing $5 cash secured puts to expire January 2025, just last month, you could have received 90 cents a contract at that time for a 545 stock. You put up $500, you get 90 cents back in cash, 18% on your money, and it was an 8-month time frame. 7 months, May until January. No, I take that back. It's May 23 until January 25, pardon me. In any event, it was an 18% return. And I was talking about if these shares stay up over $5, these contracts are worth nothing. The shares go to $6 or $7, you're laughing. And of course, history proved that you could have easily written the $5 contracts and then rolled into $7 contracts 6 months later, 3 months later. You could have then gone from the 7 range to the 8 or 10 range within a year of that date, because of course in 2024, guess what happened to SoFi? We already hit the $10 level early in the year. We backed off and then we ran up again, and here we are now at $15 a share. Any of you who've written $5 cash secured puts, bought them back, wrote 7s, bought them back, wrote 10s, bought them back and wrote 12s, bought them back and wrote 15s, bought those back and wrote 17s, and bought those back and wrote 20s, are sitting on an account worth a whole hell of a lot more money now than it was back in May 2023. But that's just the way it is. There are people here from 2021, 2020, when I first started this channel, who are still here. They won't leave because they're making money. And hey, if you learn how to write options, I think you can make yourself a really nice buck. The problem is, for some of you, and maybe not specifically you who are here now, but the problem has been for people who've come and gone over the years through this channel. I have never been able to give you the one trade that will make you a millionaire overnight. I've never been able to give you that. And of course, I've promised you I will never be able to give you that trade, because that's not what I do here. I bring you ideas and suggestions on ways you can bring income into your hot little hands and grow the value of your account over the long haul, so that you don't get caught with a wild and wacky stock story that could wipe you out at any time. I'm trying to avoid that problem to make you a lifer in the investment business, and to treat this investment business as your ticket to grow your wealth, get you out of your day job, make you a self-employed retired person at a much younger age than waiting until you're 60 or 65 or 70 or whatever you have to do wherever you are. And it doesn't matter if you're an American or a Canadian or a Mexican or a UK resident, a German resident, a European person, an Asian, a South American, an African, a Caribbean. It doesn't matter. It means nothing where you live from whatsoever. It doesn't mean anything either, no matter what you believe in, what your religion is, what your politics are, what your career is. Nothing. It means absolutely nothing. The bottom line here is you can make money in the stock market if you become an option writer. That's what I believe, and I've been trying to import that to all of you out there. And there are people here who've been here since 2020 when this channel started. So if you get a chance to one day go through my videos, will you find every single video I've ever done with the best advice you could ever have had, and every single idea or suggestion I've made will make you money? No. However, if you are following me for an idea of how to become an option writer, you're going to find out a pretty consistent pattern where I keep coming back to you again and again and say, look, if you become the casino and you become the option writer, you're the one who owns the slot machine. You're not the one playing the slot machine. You own it. And people that own, or companies or individuals that own slot machines, make money almost all the time. And this is the long game where you can take money off of this market for the rest of your life. Unlike Mr. Takagi, who wouldn't give us the codes and unfortunately had to be let go, he will not be joining you for the rest of his life. You might have noticed that in the movie Die Hard, Mr. Takagi right here didn't make the second show or the third show. He never made the sequels. He was only in the movie for like the first 15 minutes. So he didn't even last that long. And of course, this guy right here, Mr. Hans Gruber, who wanted the codes, he didn't make the sequel either. But then again, he did make it to Galaxy Quest and went to some other movies. But God bless and rest his soul. Mr. Rickman, what a wonderful actor he was for all of us. For those of you out there who've learned how to write options, this is your photo. This should be your motivation. This should be what is happening in your mind when you understand what the hell it is I keep talking about regarding the freedom and the liberty that is awaiting you if you understand and learn how to write stock options. You can come out of a pipeline full of crap, your entire life full of garbage and deceptive bosses and cheating coworkers and who knows what. And you can come out the other side of this stinky pipe of poop and be liberated by fresh rains and a wonderful clean air. And you can come out looking like this guy. You can come out, your brain will be this happy. Look how happy that face is. You can be this happy getting yourself to the point where you learn how to write stock options and take the money off the saps. And I mean it, the saps that actually believe they have a chance to put 5 or 10 grand into the stock market and turn it into $1 million. There are gazillions of desperados out there willing to gamble their entire existence on a single trade, hoping to make it big, because their mentality is when you ain't got nothing, you can't lose nothing. So they throw 5 grand into some option trades and cross their fingers and hope for the best that 5 grand will turn into 50 grand, and then they can take the 50 grand and turn it into 500 grand and take the 500 grand and turn it into 5 million and become hot shot millionaires and wear gold chains and enjoy the good life. What are the odds of that happening? Yeah, not so good. Welcome to the party, pal, where sometimes you got to get down and dirty to get what you got to get. And getting down and dirty means becoming an option writer and saying, you know what, you saps, I'm going to give you options you can play. You want to play a bunch of options? How about some more? How about my options? How about options I will write to give to you and let you play with? In order to do that, you got to know a couple of things. You got to want to be aware of where the market is at and where the world is at. That would help a lot. Get out of a cocoon and understand the option market. So go to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Head over there. The classes are waiting for you. There's 18 of them. You ought to know that by now. Start taking my classes. Class number 1 and 2 will be a big help. And then start trading options in a practice account for free and say thank you very much. Learn and watch it happen in real time. You'll start writing options once you start taking a couple of my classes. It happens all the time. You watch 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Beyond that, you start writing options yourself. And yes, I believe, I truly do, that if you are paying attention to what is happening here with the viewers, you're reading the comments, you're following our commentary here, and you're taking the classes, you're going to earn while you learn. You're going to make the dough, more dough than it'll cost you to learn how to do this for a living. But this is only up to you. I can't make you do it, and I'm not going to try to make you do it. I'll just share with you what others are telling me here, and you can believe them or not. If you feel that all the people who are here every single day are all lying, then you got to move on. That if you're a realist, you're going to watch and learn what they say. You're going to verify what they say and do by doing your own practice trading. And then you'll fold your arms and go, well, let's just see if these cash secured puts work out, or these covered calls this individual said they wrote, or this credit spread they said they did. I'll just put those trades on in my practice account and we'll just see if they work out or not. Verify, trust. You have to trust by verifying. It's easily done. It's in your hands. You decide how you want to play this. Welcome all to the program, and thank you for joining me. Look, there's all kinds of news out there. First of all, the Eagles won the Super Bowl, so congratulations, Philadelphia Eagles. The Kansas City Chiefs had a good year this year, but boy, they won some games by squeakers. good referee calls, last-minute recoveries, screw-ups by other teams that couldn't finish the job. Whatever it was, KC ran the table to the big game, but they couldn't deliver yesterday and got crushed by the Eagles. And so time to reload over at KC and redesign everybody else. We had the President of the United States attend the Super Bowl yesterday. I think it was there for the first half or so. First time in history, apparently. Does that mean anything to you to write options? No, I'm just saying. Just what it was. It was an event. Interesting commercials. Thank you. Let's move on. What did we hear, however, before the game? Before the game, Trump decided to have an impromptu news conference on Air Force One to tell the media that he invited into that room that he was going to impose steel and aluminum tariffs immediately, starting today, on, I think, almost everybody, from what I can gather. And I want to tell you a tariff story. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but I'm going to get to the point here. How tariffs might not work too well. First thing I want to mention is back in 2016, when Trump entered office the first time, he immediately started putting tariffs on all kinds of countries, including Canada, Mexico, China, Europe, you name it. And one of the areas that he was really interested in putting tariffs on was for the folks at Whirlpool. The company Whirlpool was having trouble in their Indiana plant, the home of Mike Pence, the vice president of the United States. I think he's an Indiana boy. He wanted to help that company not shut down their plant in America. He wanted to keep jobs in America, and he wanted to find a way to help Whirlpool keep jobs in America and not ship them overseas. So what he didn't talk about, and what the media brought up that he didn't like too much, was that, hey, did you know that Whirlpool has plants in Mexico? They're building a factory in Mexico, another one, like they are producing microwaves, dishwashers, refrigerators, stoves, all this, washers and dryers. So Trump decided to put tariffs in place. And he nailed the importers of washer and dryers and all kinds of appliances with tariffs. Now, there were many other tariffs on many other products, okay? However, the very smart business people in South Korea with the Maytag people, which, by the way, Maytag, isn't that an American company? Don't you think Maytag is USA everywhere? Well, Maytag brand is owned by a Korean outfit. And these guys are smart as hell. And they figured out, hey, we could open up a plant in the United States, in South Carolina, I think it was. We can open up a plant in the U.S. If we shop around and talk about the fact that we're thinking of opening a big factory to make appliances in the United States, which states will give us the biggest tax break? Which cities, which communities, which counties, all these taxable or tax collecting districts of America, which ones will give us the best deal for us to open a factory in the United States? And it came out that there was a town, I believe it was South Carolina, that happened to have a factory from John Deere, where John Deere walked out of the United States to a degree, started producing John Deere tractors overseas. And they left behind this gigantic factory with 50-foot high tall ceilings, state of the art, right beside an interstate, labor all around, willing to work here, infrastructure, power, everything needed. The Maytag people made a deal with the local government there, the state, and took advantage of the American tariff game to build a Maytag appliance center, factory, assembly center in this state, in this town. Thousands of jobs were created. Lots of spin-off jobs were created because, of course, when you set up a factory, you now need housing, transportation, you need accounting, you need advisory, blah, 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 blah. Supplies coming in and out. A lot of jobs were created. The good news was a couple thousand jobs were created. The bad news was that the cost of washers, dryers, microwaves, stoves, and fridges to Americans rose nationally. Every American that needed a stove, every new house being built with a refrigerator in it, that means every new house with a refrigerator, every apartment building, every condo, all of these dwellings have got to have appliances, and you have old appliances that wear out, and so new appliances are purchased. The cost to the United States was $1.5 billion in higher tariff fees, which went to the United States government, went to the federal government. The jobs created were $16 and $17 an hour jobs, and so for the United States, the cost of each job created was estimated to be $850,000. To create a $17 an hour job cost $800,000 plus for every one of those jobs. And it came from American taxpayers. It didn't come from the South Korean government, didn't come from anyone else. It came from Americans being taxed in their own country for goods coming in from around the world, washers, dryers, stoves, fridges. And Maytag was able to raise their prices along with Whirlpool and everyone else to these higher levels, and America paid for it and is still paying. Now, the tariffs ended last year in 23, or 2 years ago. They ended because they started in 16 and they expired in 23, or they started in 18 and were on for 5 years. And now prices of washers and dryers are starting to drop again, which means that this factory is now being watched closely. How long will the Maytag factory last? Now, the Maytag factory got concessions for taxes to only pay $1 million in taxes for 10 years guaranteed. I suspect that if they didn't get this deal, first of all, they wouldn't have done it, but without the deal, they'd be paying $5 to $10 million a year in taxes, easily. They've got this subsidy from the United States government and the state and the city and the county to only pay $1 million a year in tax. So it's an artificial business transaction. It's a subsidized by taxpayer business to be in business. And we have 5 years to go, 4 years to go until that deal is up. What happens to this factory in the next 4 years? $16, $17 an hour jobs. The folks who are working in this factory do not live in the town where the factory is located. They commute in from other places where it is cheaper to live. They cannot afford to buy a house in the town that is benefiting from this factory at all. And so it's basically watch the scoreboard, watch the clock until the clock runs out. And do we find out that in 4 or 5 years, these guys are going to shut this factory down, say thanks for the memories, thank you for all the tax breaks, we made our dough for 10 years, and we're out of here. Because at the end of the day, you can produce washers and dryers in Vietnam. You can make microwaves in Korea. You can build them in Indonesia. You can make them in India. You can produce them in Pakistan. You can produce them elsewhere, even Latin America or Mexico, and bring them into the U.S., even with or without tariffs. It's cheaper and less difficult to bring this product in and just pay the tariff. Because Americans are experts at screwing themselves. The government of the United States is screwing its own customers, its own voters, by imposing tariffs on itself to make goods more expensive to be brought in from the outside. If you force businesses to open a factory and hire Americans, you're not going to create $200,000 a year jobs up and down Main Street by the score. It's just not going to happen. $16, $17 an hour people are $30,000 to $35,000 a year employees. How many do you want? How many $30,000 employees do you want in your hometown? Is that going to get housing up to $800,000 a house? Is that going to create enough tax revenue for your city to massively expand its infrastructure services? These folks don't pay tax. $16, $17 an hour after your personal exemption? What's left? Are we taxing people for 10 grand of revenue, 15 grand? What are they going to get from these guys? 5% taxes? There's no taxes. There's no win here. But this is the political spin you put on this game, and you brag about giant factories creating all kinds of thousands of jobs. And look at all the spin-off effects, and oh, look how great it is. But when you dig into the deal, you find out the employees don't pay much in the way of taxes because they don't earn any money. The companies that set up the shop don't pay any taxes because of all the deals they got. How many states beat each other up to get a car plant to open in their town, in their state, or to get Amazon to open up a distribution center in their state? The competition is fierce. Free tax, no taxation for 10 years, a complete property tax waivers for decades. The big business guys win because they're not stupid. They're incredibly smart. They have people who work for them, Americans who work for them, to help them take as much off the table as they can get up front, so that the risk they have in this plant, distribution center, whatever you want to call it, is zero. Zero risk. The American public subsidizes the deal. It might be heavily subsidized in Virginia, in West Virginia, in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, Florida, wherever. The governors of these states can brag about creating gazillions of jobs. The mayors can brag about creating fantastic job opportunities. And there are winners in certain regions of the US for a certain period of time. But at the end of the day, is the business a viable business? And did the taxpayers as a whole, who had no vote in the deal, get anything back for their hard-earned dollars? Or were you better off letting the factory turn into dust or not? And there is the philosophical argument that's going on. But when it comes to dollars and cents, business people win and governments generally lose because they're not smart enough, fast enough, and entrepreneurial. Governments just don't work that way. And of course, with governors and congressmen and senators and presidents, they're not around that long. Some of these congressmen are around for a long time, but they get into the next project. They shake a shiny set of keys in front of you and go, look at this. Forget about what happened 10 years ago. Look at this. This is all new. It's all shiny. AI. Let's do AI. Let's do chips. Let's make this here. Let's make that there. And there you go. There's a story for you. This was in the Wall Street Journal, this story I'm talking about this factory in the Carolinas for appliances. We're talking not high-tech, futuristic, leading the world stuff. We're talking about refrigerators, stoves, dishwashers, washers, and dryers. We're talking about appliances, man. And I look at it from the outside looking in going, as a Canadian, I would rather my country invest in engineering degrees for students and give them a free university education to become engineers, encourage kids from overseas who want to become engineers and architects and high-end designers to come into my country, give them a free education if they have the grades to sustain, and then offer them a visa to stay and earn money in the country that just educated you and make the country smarter that way, rather than build factories that put belch smoke into the air and create $16 an hour jobs. I would rather invest in the long run and create $200,000 a year, $400,000 a year. Entrepreneurs are going to create businesses that have a far greater rate of success. Will every single graduate stay? Will every single graduate be successful? No, they won't. That's welcome to life. But if you sponsor 1 million students a year, or whatever the number is, 100,000, 1 million, 5 million, whatever your size your country is, a certain percentage of those folks aren't going back to where they came from, and they're going to build a life locally and be paying taxes at the highest tax rate. And they're going to be driving nice cars and building nice homes for themselves and getting their kids going, building families. And this is the basis of an economy that you can really work on. But that's just me. I'm just a guy. What do I know? I'm just a guy just trying to, talk about the big picture. But if you need results, and if you're a politician, you need results now, because the next cycle is coming up in 2 years or 4 years or 6 years, depending on what politician you are. You need results now that you can point at and go, I and my party did the right thing to make this factory happen in this area of the country, and this area of the country, and this area of the country. Vote me back in because I delivered results. But let's not analyze these results too much, because they don't work out too much. We may not want to really talk about that. We'll talk about new stuff. The next plan. Welcome to the party, pal. It is what it is. Nice to have you here. GameStop is up 89 cents. There was a photo published on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call that thing. Ryan Cohen, the CEO and chairman of GameStop, was standing beside a guy named, Taylor? Was that his last name? Taylor something? Who is part of, or was the co-founder of MSTR, MicroStrategy. And speculation is everywhere that there could be a thing here between MicroStrategy, former CEO Michael Saylor, and Ryan Cohen at GameStop, that there might be some kind of a possible, oh my God, affiliation, I don't know what, something, that could be something, and so the stock is up something. And there you go. Just a guy trying to help you discern what the heck does all this crap mean. I do not actually know, but I'll show you the photo here. Just give me a second. I'll just pop it up here. Should be able to get it up here in a moment. Here it is. Okay, here's the photo right here. Okay, there it is. Yeah, here I am right here. So that's Ryan Cohen beside me here, and then that is a gentleman named Michael Saylor, who was a creator of MicroStrategy, or former CEO of MicroStrategy. And there's speculation that maybe something in the Bitcoin world is going on here, or cryptocurrency world. Mr. Cohen, right over here, is sitting on $4.6 billion of cash inside GameStop, earning interest right now. Could GameStop become a player in cryptocurrency of some kind? I have no idea. He's the right age for it. He's, what is he now, 36, 37 years old? Taylor over there, I don't know how old he is. I don't know anything about this guy. I know nothing. It's just a photo. I'm just showing you the photo. It is buzzing everywhere. Social media probably blowing up over it. What it means, what the implication is, I have no idea. But the stock's up. So are you happy? GameStop's up. It's up 85 cents, but it's only traded 376,000 shares in the pre-market. There's no volume on it. So I don't know. We'll try to figure it out. Rocket Lab at the moment is ahead on the morning, up 59 cents to $28 a share. SoFi's up 11 at 15.03. We've got a 91 cent gain on Spire Global, SPIR. It's 20.59, so that's over 20 again. Apple is up 182. Tesla down 340. It's been down all morning a few bucks. Microsoft is up 320. Alphabet is up $1.80. Amazon is up 96. Nvidia up 109. Meta is up 478. We opened in 24 minutes. Goldman up 630. Cisco's up 63. Arc Innovation's up 70. Pfizer up 5 cents. HPQ up a penny. Unity up 34. AI up 39. Adobe up 634. Netflix is up 1150 to 1025. IBM up 93 cents at 251.60. Vanex Semiconductors up 202. Home Depot up 261. Enphase up 44. Palantir up $1.10 to 111.95. Uber Technologies is up 225 on top of the 460 they gained on Friday. They're now at 76.84. MicroStrategy, talking about those guys, up $7.45 a share to $335. ASTS, that's AST Space Mobile Incorporated, up 71 cents to 27, 22. This stock was $19 2-3 weeks ago. Did a capped call financing for $460 million with a top price of $45 a share, I think it was, to make that deal become a stock deal on a conversion, but it can't happen for 5 years. But in the meantime, the stock is on a roll, and there you are, 27.20. Okay, that's the story. I guess we're going to stick to it. MicroStrategy, just for fun. This company has a market cap value of $82 billion. GameStop's market cap value is $11 billion. So we're talking about a company that is 7 times something bigger than the other one. That was interesting. What I did notice that I was curious about was the income statement for MicroStrategy. For 2023, they brought in just under $500 million. They've been around $480 to $500 million in revenue for about 5 years, up until 2023 in gross revenue. They lost $7.5 million in 2020. They lost $500 million in 21. They lost $1.4 billion in 2022. They made $429 million in 23 on a turnaround, but that doesn't yet get anywhere near the losses for the last 3 or 4 years. Cash on hand. I always like seeing the balance sheet. MicroStrategy cash on hand, $48 million. They got jack crap at the end of 23. Into the latest quarterly financials, in June of 24, they had 68 million cash, but in September 24, they had 48 million in cash again. So they're going nowhere. They're, as far as cash balance goes, they're not a cash-rich company. Total assets, $8.3 billion. This is what blows my mind. Their assets are $8.3 billion. GameStop has $4.6 billion in cash. MicroStrategy has $8.3 billion in total assets. The problem with that, though, is that their total liabilities are $4.5 billion. So MicroStrategy is actually worth barely $4 billion if you take their assets less liabilities into account. And this is a $334 stock. I'm sitting here going, well, what's the deal, man? They've got cash flow or gross sales, like I said, gross sales in 2023 of $496 million. GameStop has sales of $2 billion. And of course, they're hauling in $230 million in interest income. So GameStop makes money. MicroStrategy loses money. MicroStrategy is worth $82 billion market cap value, and GameStop is $11 billion in market cap value. Is there something wrong with this picture? Yeah, there's something wrong with this picture. In my pea-sized brain, I'm thinking, look, you got $4.6 billion in cash, no debt at GameStop. They're making money of $150 million a year. You know, whatever they're losing in their stores, they're more than making interest income on their interest. And so GameStop is a money maker. It's going to make money every year. It doesn't have to do a damn thing. They don't have to do anything other than close underperforming stores, clean up their operation, lay off unnecessary staff, offload managers. They've already offloaded all their top guys. They've offloaded all their money-sucking senior management. They're all gone. I mean, Cohen works for free. I mean, GameStop is lean and freaking mean here. So they're the power player. MicroStrategy, they're a basket case. They're worth not even $4 billion in asset value. They're trading at $80 billion, 20 times what they're worth. Why are people buying this garbage? Why is he talking to these people? Well, now he's talking to the former CEO. Okay, fair enough. He's not the current guy, but what? I'm an old man trying to figure out what the hell is going on in this crazy world and explain it to you in plain English. All right. My title today of this show, 6 of the 7 Magnificent Seven companies, 6 of the 7 Magnificent Sevens, failed to deliver a surprise earnings report in the latest financials that just came out. The fourth quarter financials, end of the year, not one of these guys came out with an earnings surprise. There's only one company left to come up with earnings, NVIDIA, in about, 2 weeks? The 26th of February. Today is the 10th. 16 days from now. NVIDIA will come up with their financials in 16 days. That company might be, maybe, could possibly be delivering an earnings surprise. I kind of wonder they might not be able to do that. And the reason I kind of wonder it is because I bet you there are analysts out there who have put forecasts on NVIDIA so high that the company cannot possibly deliver those kinds of numbers. That's what I wonder. I'm not going to say it's happening. Maybe they'll meet expectations, but will they actually crush expectations? I don't know. But the first 6 of the 7 did not in any way whatsoever beat the street in any real way. Which brings me back to where I'm coming from with you guys. If you're here, you're here to make money in the stock market. And if you're going to listen to anything I have to offer you, you're going to quickly figure out this guy says that if I want to make money in the market, I should be an option writer. And I've been telling you, yelling at you, begging you, pleading with you, hoping you'll listen to me, sell your shares in the marketplace for cash and write options using cash only. And if you've done that or are doing that, halfway done it, a third of the way, 3/4 of the way, all the way, one of the ways you can write options without owning stock is to do what we call credit spreads. Call credit spreads, put credit spreads, iron condors, you name the strategy. And there are a zillion of them out there. But one of the more conservative ways to be an option writer is to write options and create credit spreads where the contracts you're dealing with have so little chance of being worth anything when they expire that you are a 95 to a 98% winner every time you create the strategy. I don't know how else to make it better than that. It just is. The only way you can be sure that you're going to make money is if you buy U.S. Treasury bills and just take the interest from the U.S. government. That's probably the safest bet that any investment entity can make. And many banks and investment firms and ETFs do that. And you can buy those ETFs and enjoy the interest from the U.S. government by having faith in the American people that they'll pay their bills when they're due. Great. But if you want to make money in the options market, you don't have $20 billion to pull in 4 or 5% interest on. You've got 10 grand, you got 5 grand, you got 20 grand, you got $100,000 or somewhere in there, anywhere in there and higher, whatever. You want to make enough money to at least have side incomes, a side gig income coming in. Because what you figured out, and many of you are noticing, if you're 45 and older, you figured something out in the last 6 months. You're supposed to go back to the office. Those who go back to the office, who don't go back to the office, might be let go. Those who do go back to the office are finding themselves in a corporate review program or something named like that, where the company is reviewing its options going forward. And many of you who are 45 and older, and certainly 50 and older and 55 and older, it's in your face. You're noticing around the company that a whole bunch of folks 50 and older are being let go. And if you're 60 and older, you're just trying to hang around until you're 65 and take a hike. And many of the folks who are 50 and older are being offered early termination agreements, buyouts. Get out. The U.S. government is doing it right now. They're trying to get rid of 10% of government workers. That's 2.2 2 million people total, 200 plus thousand are trying to get rid of right now, buying them out. The U.S. government, through Trump, is offering 8 months salary, 7, 8 months. We'll pay you for 7, 8 months not to keep coming here and don't ever come back and get the hell out. And there could well be 220,000 people from the U.S. government who are in their 40s and 50s and 60s who are walking out the door 4 years early, 5 years early, 8 years early, 15 years before they thought they would walk out with a funded pension to a certain level, but not the maximum level they thought they were going to get. Now, what are they going to do? And for those of you out there who are not in that position, you're in the position of, I just have a day job, man. I work with this company. I've had 5 jobs in my life, and I'm working at this company right now for like 5 years, 8 years. They don't give a crap about me. I know I could be let go at any time. And, you know, I would kind of like to have a side thing going just in case I do get kicked out. I've got something to kind of go towards, or maybe I should have a, you know I can get a part-time job, or I can get a job for 10, 12, 15, $18 an hour. I can probably get one of those jobs for 10 or 15 hours a week. But I would love to have a side gig over here that can make up the difference between what I used to earn as a full-time employee if I get canned versus what I can now earn as a side gigger and a part-timer doing something else. And Uncle Bruce, can I do that to become an option writer? And if you want to do that, you're going to, in my opinion, you need cash flow. You got to learn how to do credit spreads. You've got to learn how to write call options. You got to know how to do poor man covered calls. You got to know how to do cash secured puts. But if you want to do cash flow on a quick basis, you want reliable, every 2 to 4 weeks, money coming into your account that you can take out and live on, and or pay down debt on as quick as possible to lower your cost of living while you still can before you get canned. You want to get to a position where you don't spend $5,000 a month to live, or you don't spend $4,000 a month, or you don't spend $3,800 a month. You want to get down to $2,000 a month expenses, or something substantially lower than what you're paying now to live on. That means eliminating payments. And that might be a car payment. That might be a credit card payment. That might be a student loan payment. That might be a second mortgage. I don't know what it means. It might mean all of the above. I have no idea. Have you got 7 credit cards that you owe money on? Have you figured out on a pad of paper, because this is old school, okay? This is from like the 60s, man. Have you figured out with a pen and paper how much you're paying every month to live on, and how much you would not be paying per month if you could eliminate these debt obligations? With a little bit of extra cash flow, you can get rid of these in the next 3 months to a year, year and a half. You could get rid of all of these obligations. What would your basic cost of living be? And then if you got laid off, you could at least say, well, if we got canned, if I got canned, my wife and I, my husband and I, we both got kicked out of our respective jobs, we know we would need at least this much money, just this much, to get by on. And a part-time gig for one of us here and a part-time gig for one of us here, we could probably bring in enough to cover almost all of that, or all of it. And if we have a side gig on the go with option writing, we might even quit our jobs before we get kicked out. And credit spread writing might be the place to go. And if the 6 of 7 Magnificent 7 companies, coming back to the title of the show, if the 6 of the 7 Magnificent 7s did not give you an earnings surprise, do you know what this probably means for the rest of this year and into next year? It probably means that we're not going to see corporate America, including the 6 of 7, produce any surprise earnings. We're likely going to be hoping, cross our fingers, that most of corporate America can at least equal what they made last year. And if you think that is a likely scenario, I have bad news for you, because I don't think that's the case at all. I think the problem going forward the next 2 years will be the fact that any tariff instituted by the United States against any country in the world for any reason and any service, product, raw material, finished good, I don't care what it is, there will be a reciprocal tariff targeting the Magnificent Seven and the rest of the S&P 500. You can bet your sweet bippy, as they used to say on TV in the 60s, that Canada and Mexico and China and Germany and France and England and Spain and Italy and all of America's friends that are going to get dope slapped by you know who, are going to dope slap back. But they're not going to make him look bad in front of a camera. They're going to dope slap him by kicking him in the rear end off camera. And they're going to nail the Magnificent Seven first, the easiest ones to target, because they're the biggest companies in the world. Apple bringing phones in to France, making them in China. It's easy for the French government to put a 5% tariff on all Apple products. It's easy. It's easy for Germany to put a 10% tariff on any software coming from Microsoft. There are no giant ships crossing the Atlantic to Europe full of containers full of software from Microsoft. It's all electronic. It's all transmitted up to the satellite and then downloaded into the computer systems. But France and Germany and Norway and Sweden and Ireland and the UK and all the Baltic countries and Mideast countries and Asian countries are all going to nail a 10, 15%, 20% duty on all American goods from these big, fat, successful companies. They're going to take their pound of flesh that way. And that is going to make Microsoft and Google and Amazon and Facebook and Apple go, ooh, we got to lay people off. We're not going to hit our objectives. The only way we're going to make the money we made last year is if we get expenses down. How do you get expenses down if you're a big, giant, multi-trillion-dollar organization? You go where the most expensive costs are. What are your most expensive costs? US-based employees. Those are the most expensive employees you have. So if you're a software creator, you're going to offload 5,000 software creators over the next 5 years in America, nice and quiet like, and you're going to hire 5,000 of them online from India and Pakistan and Indonesia and wherever you can get them at 1/10 the price, because the American dollar is so strong against all these, with all these tariffs going in. The American dollar keeps rising against foreign currencies, and so to hire foreign people is even cheaper. American companies are not stupid. American companies are incredibly bright. They are the world leader in entrepreneurial solutions to problems. And the easiest way to circumvent problems is to find another place to do business where it's cheaper to be in business and generate as much money as humanly possible. If you can convince the Indian government that by hiring 5,000 Indian software writers to give you a big fat tax break to open up a computer software processing center in India, they hand over $1 billion or $2 billion in tax concessions to sell software to Indians, Indian businesses and Pakistani businesses and Myanmar and Indonesia and Thailand, and where there are billions of people trying to become part of the first world. You'll walk away from America. You're just going to do business overseas quietly without any fanfare, make billions of dollars over there, get all kinds of tax breaks from the desperate third world countries, desperate to get the tax breaks, and Americans will be slowly let go. And you start with the 60-year-olds because they're willing to go. Most 60-year-old Americans are going, hey, give me 1 year's salary and give me my 401k and give me my IRA and give me control of my own assets. And I'll walk at age 60, 61, 62. Give me 2 years of severance after 25 years or whatever the number is. I'm out of here. How many times have some of you already talked to people who were let go by some of the largest employers in the United States? The 60-plus-year-olds they offer to be taken out. The 55 to 60-year-olds who are physically suffering from medical issues, if they're being told that you're still part of our healthcare plan, You're over, as soon as you're 60, you're Medicaid anyway. You're 55 years old, we guarantee you your medical coverage until you're 60, and then the government takes it over. They might take that offer because a 56-year-old suffering from cancer, the 58-year-old suffering from kidney disease might be thinking, I got 5 years to live. I'm going to live my last 5 years in comfort without working every day. And my wife and I are going to do some traveling while I'm still around, or my husband and I. These are hard life decisions that people have to make when they reach certain ages and are in certain positions where they might just say, yeah, you want to reduce 10% of the employees around here? Count me in. Buy me off. I'm available. There are, of course, the 46-year-olds who are going, I'm sick and tired of this company. I have no hope in reaching the upper level of this management team. Now, I've already been told that by HR. I'm a shit disturber. They don't like me. I hate my boss. I hate the boss's boss and bosses. None of those guys are going to promote me. You are offering me 6 months salary to take a hike. You know what? I might just do that and go to another company. On the other hand, I found these lessons that Uncle Bruce offers on how to write options. And I've started writing options in the last year or two. And I thought I could make maybe, 500 to 1,000 or 2,000 a month on the side writing stock options. And that guy, Uncle Bruce, is showing me how I can make 3, 4, 5,000 a month in options. And I'm not even like into it in a big way. If I were to dedicate myself to my option writing account, in other words, I don't get called away to Zoom meetings all the time, and I don't have to travel to Peoria. I have to travel to Seattle. I don't have to travel to San Francisco. I don't have to travel to Atlanta, Georgia for meetings and trade shows and all this stuff. I can just stay at home and watch Uncle Bruce every day, hang out with this family of his, and learn the option writing techniques that the others have figured out. I can make more money doing this than what I do now. Buy me out, man. I'm ready to go. Welcome to this channel. Many of you have figured this out, and many of you are trying to figure this out, and many of you watching me don't believe that it's possible. Welcome to the program, kids. This is very possible. Thank you all for joining me. We're opening here in a minute from now. We'll see where this market wants to go. I think you guys are going to do extremely well. I'm so excited about how much money you guys are making already this year, how much you made last year, how much you made the year before. I am blown away, happily blown away by those of you who've let me know in no uncertain terms. You have changed my life completely. You have blown away financial expectations. I never made this money in the market before. I can't believe how easy this is. And are you sure, Uncle Bruce? I'm going to ask you this one more time, Uncle Bruce. I hate to keep bringing it up, but I'm going to ask you one more time. Uncle Bruce, for sure, is this legal? Am I allowed to write options and not be put in jail? Is this actually allowed? Will the IRS and ICE agents come after me tomorrow? Do I have to worry about being taken away in handcuffs because I'm going to be accused of being some kind of a money launderer or something? Is this legal, Uncle Bruce? Taking your classes, learning how to write options, writing options, taking these premiums, watching these pieces of paper become worthless when they come to retire, to expiry, and I'm allowed to keep all the money, 80% of the money, these ridiculous amounts of money that I'm making. Are you sure that I'm allowed to do this? Please. Yes, you are, and it is legal. Yes, it's all good. You're just fine. You're going to be just fine. Thank you, Larry Titus. If you've hit the bells, well, I've been yapping away. I appreciate it very much. There they are. We're open for trading, guys. It's time for you to make money. Thank you for joining me this morning. Welcome all to the program. I have some more news for you. In case you're curious of what else I've been doing around here, I've been checking out some of the stocks you asked me about on Friday. You were asking me about some stocks that you like to follow, and you're wondering from what I thought about some of these, should you be writing options on them or not? I got to work on the weekend for you, and I have some thoughts. Don't go nowhere. Stick around. Let me get to those. But first, let me say hi to a few people. Richard Carlin, Wing Commander, welcome. The Big E is here. Andrea is here. Deep Value, Stock Jockey. If you see people's names in black ink like this, that means they're following me. They're saying hello. I've given you a 15, I'm the 15th thumbs upper, and I thank the CKT. But unfortunately, CKT is not a member of this channel. CKT did not become, or is not presently, a Chillin' member or Gold Bagel member of my channel. And therefore, right now, with the market running, can't talk to me because only members can comment during market hours. Please become a member of this channel if you're not one already. Look at ALA. ALA is a member of this channel. I bet you dollars to donuts that ALA has figured out that not only am I a member of this guy's channel, I took his classes, I'm taking his classes, I'm writing options, I am making money like I never made money before. I cannot believe how easy this is. But ALA did what ALA had to do, took the step to join this family, and now is reaping the rewards. Charlie can tell you all about it. So can DH Ruda. Thank you all being here. Hector, thanks. Rice Checks, all these are members. Mr. P is in the house. Watch out. Andre De La Torre is around. And Andre is having a whole lot of fun around here. Amy J, of course, is here. So is Alex, Jarrett. All the members are saying hi, hitting the thumbs up button immediately to give this channel a little more momentum. James of the Misty Tree Free Range is here. Good morning. Stock Jockey is saying, welcome to the party, pal, but it's not part of the party. I need you in here, Stock Jockey. Charlie, I didn't get any link or video notification this weekend. What is it? Is it me? You might have had on a device that used to give you alerts. You may have had a software update. You may have had some kind of software something. You've got to go to your YouTube account and you got to check your notifications. You've got to go to your phone or your device to the, general whatever settings. You got to check your settings. It might be that alerts from YouTubers have been blocked. I don't know. You've got work to do. Therm, post the link, please. JD, I watched the vid. I wonder what would have been the approximate earnings. Weber, a good morning. Uncle B. Katie is here. Katie, become a member. Mandu is here. Juan is here. The man needs to become a member. Larry, welcome. JD, David Foy, welcome. And why aren't you members? Hello, everybody. The man is here. Triz, I got some put credit spreads on SoFi, 13.14 and 14.5, 13.5 expiring this Friday. Thinking about making them into iron condors to leverage more credit. Should I do so or fold my arms? Triz, you're not even a member of this channel. What is going on? Here's some advice from the man. Fold your arms, take the win, then repeat. Okay. David Foy says, Japan will invest $1 trillion in the United States. There you go. Okay. Welcome all, welcome all, welcome all. Let's see. BP, never mind the Super Bowl. More importantly, Plymouth Argyle knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup. Now that's football. There you go. Welcome all, welcome all, welcome all. Thank you. Who else is here? Okay. Yeah. Robert is helping me out here. You know, that factory you're talking about wasn't Whirlpool. It was Carrier. Carrier, Schmerier, Whirlpool. The last Whirlpool plant closed in 2010. Isn't that something? They all walked, didn't they? They all walked out. They're not coming back. They're not going to come back. And they're not going to stay if they do come back. I don't think so. Anyway, it is what it is. Mark Downs, I am here, number 99, rock and roll. Thank you, my friends. Jeff Glass, goodbye, Dave. Who else is here? JD is here. Who else is here? Rebecca's here. Mike is here. Louis is here. Who else? I can't keep up with everybody. Lots of comments. Dude is here. Welcome all. I can't read all these comments. I can't get to them fast enough. But thank you. Bobby Atkinson is in the house. Ed is here. What do you think of AMD, Uncle B? Uncle B, I've been running put credit spreads since the share price took a beating after the last earnings. I don't have a comment on AMD specifically, and I don't even think I reviewed it this weekend. I reviewed like 9 stocks. I'll get to those in a minute. Stand by. Can't get them all, but We'll keep trying. Welcome all. Robert Melhout is in the house. Good morning, everybody. Splair's in the house. Welcome. And Romeo, Uncle Bruce, to your knowledge, only writing cover calls can be written in Canadian RSP accounts. In RSP accounts, you can do cover calls. I believe you can buy puts and calls. I'm not sure about cash secured puts. There's some that say yes, some that say no. You're going to have to check with your broker and your RSP administrator with the broker, and it might be in the FAQ section, frequently asked questions, or their 800 number. You've got to double check on this stuff. Can you do credit spreads? Probably not. Can you do cash secured puts? Maybe. Check it out. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Let's keep going. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. I can't. Tom, Quest Trade reduced fees for us in Canada, apparently, Tom says. Let's see. Bobby says, I saw that this morning, Tom. 99 cents for option trades instead of $9.99. Interesting. Love the sound of that for my viewers. What else is going on here? Dude, with Miss MSTY, I write and I just let it expire. I got about $30 each for those calls, and I buy a share with that. There you go. Interesting. What else? Thank you. Apparently, Meta is going to lay off 4,000 people this week. There you go. What else? JM is here, number 111. Welcome, JM. Mr. Premium of the options here. Let's fill our pockets. We need you guys to become members. Who else? There's Larry with the bells. Thanks, buddy. Richard Carlin, DH, Stewart, Charlie, all doing the right thing. As members of this channel, you've got to honor the knights of knee. There's no question about that. Trust the process. Yes. Let's go, says Charlie. ALA knows what we're talking about. Neat. Luca, I'm here. Buongiorno. Neat. There you go. Welcome, everybody. Splair. Neat. There you go. Giddy up, kids. Off to the races, says Double D. Let's go, kids. Let's get you richer here. Thank you joining me. Pickcomb is here. Flint Creek is in the house. I'm here. Kent's mom is in the house. Look out. Yes, sir. This is 1,000% difference than 99 cent trades instead of $9.99. It's a big deal. A Boeing. Neat. James the Misty Tree. Neat. Don't forget the Knights of Neat. Welcome, everybody, to the program. Let's get some quotes going here as I try to follow this market with you. Appreciate you all joining me here and being with us live. GameStop 25.48 up 75. The Dow's up 101 points. It looks like we've got a gain on S&P 23 points. We've got a gain on NASDAQ 149 points. Oil up $1 so far this morning. All right, we've got some quotes coming through now. SoFi 15.13 up 22. ASTS 28.60 up 209. Did any of you write cash secured puts on ASTS? There can't be a loser here on ASTS if you've written cash secured puts in the last 3 weeks. You couldn't possibly be losing money. Gonna giddy up. Rocket Lab up 113, 28.54. GameStop up 75. AI up 80. Nvidia is up 348. Tesla down $10. Apparently, Tesla sales in Europe are crapping out. Europeans very unhappy with Musk and his shenanigans. Not impressed. And Europeans are shunning and avoiding Tesla automobiles. This is serious stuff. Germany, France, Sweden, Norway, Spain, sales of Teslas are falling off the table. As much as 40 to 60% sales drops. Not good. Wing Commander, Uncle Bruce is about to go on a tangent about the stocks. Strap in and brace for impact. Giddy up. Splair, my is covering something about whatever Viking Celtic. I don't know what you're talking about. I love you, but I don't know quite what you mean. Welcome, MSTR MicroStrategy up 734. Palantir up 53 cents. Costco up 7.99. Coinbase up 158. Matterport up a penny. SmartRent down a half a penny. Google up 115. Apple up 205. Broadcom up 411. Microsoft up 280. Intel up 40, Netflix up 882, Meta up 304, EI Lilly down 16 bucks. Amazon up 130. Spiders are up $2. Qs are up 439. Super Microcomputer up $1.97. Make it a 206 gain now to 38.34. Uber up 3.83 to 78.42. Adobe up 15.49 to 4.48. I have no opinion on Adobe as far as what it should do, why it should do what it's doing, how it's doing. I can only say about Adobe and any other stock out there, if you're going to play credit spreads, get away from the campfire as far as you can and stay conservative. Don't get too close to the campfire. I don't know what else to tell you on Adobe. I just don't follow it like I follow SoFi, for example. Cisco up 37, AMD up $2, Unity up 36, Enphase up just 5 cents, Spire down 14, Moderna up 30, Pfizer down 16, IBM is up 33 cents or so, make it 49. HPQ up 49, Home Depot up 220, Vanik up $4, Goldman down $7, Boeing is up 23 cents, Target up down 65, JP Morgan down 305, Walmart up 46 cents, Disney down 79 cents, American Airlines down 36, DraftKings up 9, AMC up 3 cents, Royal Caribbean down $2. So quick quotes on early trading so far. We're up 26 cents on SoFi now to 15.17. ASTS up 283 at 29.34. Rocket Lab up 117. GameStop up 73. AI up $1. So we got green here. Lots of green here. Brian, I sold 5 ASTS March 7, $26 puts on Friday for $248. Just bought those back for $161, and I'm having fun. 35% profit in one trading day on ASTS. Look, 5 times, making a profit of 80 cents. That's $80 times $400 U.S. money for Brian. Brian, being Canadian, making 400 American, that's like $1,000 American, Canadian. That's huge. That'll buy him a new car in Canada. It's all good, and I love it, man. Keep up the good work, Brian. You are making your dollars all over the place, and you just keep doing it. Susan Shop says, I'm here for you, Bruce, number 153 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up meter for us, everybody. Keeping those coming in. We're going for 200 and beyond. I appreciate it. Also, thank you for answering the poll question. There are 225 answers now, 226. They're coming in. The poll answers are coming in. The question is, my preferred strategy to write stock options is to what? Write covered calls, write cash secured puts, write call credit spreads, or put credit spreads. Of those 4 choices, and it's not all the choices I could have given you, I know, but I'm only allowed to give you 4. So far, writing cash secured puts is the number one answer. 56% of you say that's the preferred method I like using to make money in this market. Uncle Bruce, I'm writing cash secured puts. And if you're doing it on SoFi, you've made money. If you've done it on ASTS, you've made money. If you've been doing it on Rocket Lab, you can make a lot of money there. GameStop has been offering profits. AI has been offering profits. Cash secured puts on NVIDIA, Tesla, if you can afford it, Palantir. They have been paying off handsomely. You can do it on the Magnificent Seven if you like, but you don't have to. AI and others are paying off. Number 2 answer is I'm writing covered calls. If you own stock, you can write covered calls on stock and say, hey, I am more than happy to offer any of you the opportunity to buy stock off of me that I already own at this price for this amount of time. It might be a year, it might be 6 months, it might be 3 months, it might be a month, it might be 3 weeks, it might be a week. I am happy to offer you call options, covered calls, and thank you very much for your premiums and your dollars. I appreciate it. The number 3 answer is I'm writing put option credit spreads. I'll write credit spreads where I don't believe a share price will go way down to here. I think the stock right here will not go down to here in the amount of time I'm giving these options to live. I'm taking a credit the minute I create the put credit spread and say, I don't think you're going to be worth anything when you expire. And I'm enjoying it. Call credit spreads. 6% of you are doing call credit spreads. And that brings me to today's topic, another topic to give you. I had a number of you ask me on Friday, I put the word out, what stocks do you want me to talk about when it comes to writing credit spreads or options on it? What should you do or not do? Are there stocks you are writing options on? And get my thoughts on those stocks. Should you be doing this? If so, what kind of credit spread should you be doing? And I thought, I'm going to mention these. The first question I had on a stock that, again, these are companies I don't usually talk about, was Archer. Archer Aviation, I guess it's called. And let me just take a look at good old Archer Aviation. I did this on Saturday, and I took a look at Archer. The stock was 901 on Saturday, the aftermarket Friday night. And the high for the stock in the last 52 weeks was $12.48. The low was $2.82. The market cap, $3.8 billion. So this is a small company. There's 390 million shares in existence. 283 million are free trading. And out of the 283 million free trading, 57 million are shorted. That's a 20.3% short ratio. Anything over 15% is heavy. So this is heavily shorted. It looks like it was a SPAC when it was originally created. They produce what are known as vertical aircraft. They're trying to produce aircraft that take off from a standing start, go up in the air, and start to fly. No sales. They have cash on hand of $367 million. They have assets of $484 million and liabilities of $150 million. So they got a $330 million equity value, and that is made up of basically cash in the business. They are losing money, but they are in the development phase. The options are thinly traded, unless you're probably trading 1 or 2 month contracts. Beyond that, I wouldn't go there. So I'm not a fan of this. It's not like I don't like the company. I don't like the idea of the company from an option writing perspective. And what I'm trying to get you guys to do is to be conservative option writers, to take in 2%, 4%, 6%, 8%, 12% returns every week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If I can bring you 5% a week return, or 6% every 2 weeks, if I can get you 8% a month return on your equity, I can make you very wealthy, because you're compounding this growth, and it's over 100% a year. You don't need to you're not going to make $1 million in one trade. Archer, there are people who are thinking, I'm going to get rich on this thing. It's just going to go crazy. I'm going to get rich. I don't think so. The next stock is symbol RXRX. It's called, the company name, it looks like Recursion Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. Recursion Pharmaceuticals, symbol RXRX. Closed at 7:39 Friday night. The high for the year, 1574. The low, 560. There are 383 million shares in existence. There's 323 million free trading. 67 million short, which is 21% of the stock. That is a huge short position on this stock. The stock in July 21 was as high as $40. It's now $7.39, and it has only been at 15 odd in the last year. July 22, it hit $5.41 a share in a year. So from a year, it went to 40 to $5 a share in a year. Sales, $44.5 million, nothing to speak of. Losses of $328 million. Cash on hand, $429 million. So they're cash rich. They're an AI pharmaceutical creation kind of company. Their option volumes is very heavy, quite heavy early in. February, March, like the short contracts trade incredibly actively. Jan 26 trading thin as hell. Wide spreads, not looking good. The reality of this stock is like Archer. There's speculation running all over the place on the company's survivability and game plan. There are those who believe the company is on the cutting edge of a breakout from a business point of view. Then there are those who believe that because of the massive short position on the stock, what we have here is a replication of what GameStop was. GameStop was and is today now a cash-rich company, but GameStop was a very heavily shorted company that had 450 million in cash, but they had 400 million in debt. These companies don't quite have that scenario. They have more cash than they owe, but they are burning through money. And as long as they can keep raising capital to keep the funding and research and development going, they'll be in play. The problem with these stocks is that there's a huge short position that might be heavily influenced by hedge funds with billions of dollars of capital behind them, and they're not afraid of the retail investor to run this stock on these guys. They're not afraid that this is going to be a GameStop story. I don't know. The key here is you can make money in the option market on these two stocks. The problem is you've got to be very careful how you do it. And the worry I have for people who are out there playing options on these kinds of companies is that you are hoping for a breakthrough of some kind from a business point of view, and you're also counting on the heavy short position to keep the bid up on the stocks. But when you're dealing with $7 stock and $9 stock, and you're basing an option strategy on these, you're asking for trouble. You're a gambler, and you're into the action, and you love the action, but the reality is you're not playing a conservative option strategy, and you're vulnerable to wild swings. A swing that could be good for you, but a swing that can be bad for you. You got to be really careful. These are the kind of stocks that if you're sitting on a $100,000 account, you don't want more than $5,000 exposed on any of these. You really want to keep 90, 80% of your capital into solid income generating option strategy trades constantly. And this is mad money. And really, it doesn't even deserve 5% of your dough. Another stock, TEM, is a symbol called Tempus AI Incorporated. It's a $68 stock on Friday night. The high for the year, $79.49, the low, $22.89. Short interest is 22% at 11.6 apparently million. There's 152 million out. Free trading, 51 million. This is the Achilles heel of this stock. There's only 51 million free trading. There's 11 million shorted on it, which is a huge 22% number. The market cap, 10.8 billion. The charts go all the way back to only July 24th. They don't go beyond that. This is a relatively new entity, AI-based company to deliver info to doctors to help how to issue prescriptions to patients is what they're trying to do. They do talk about estimated sales for 2024 of almost $700 million. Lots of February contracts and March contracts, lots. But on January 26 trades, there's calls, but not much in the way of puts. And so this is a developing option market building on this stock. It's not cheap at $68 a share. But at 51 million outstanding, this is a nightmare when it comes to volatility. This is a nightmare. It can be a good nightmare, but it can be a bad nightmare. And I fear these kinds of stocks where you have 22% short interest on only 50 million shares. You get enough Reddit and Wall Street Bets people talking about this stock in chat rooms, and you bring in some 5-10 million shares of buying and selling activity, you get wild swings. This can be good and very bad for option writers. Again, for the gamblers, it's a casino that just has bells and whistles going for it all the time. For conservative option writers, avoid this like the plague, is what I tell you, and keep 1% of your money into it, and only 1%. There are people who are saying, well, some of these stocks are popular with politicians. I want to get into Nancy Pelosi stocks. Forget about it. You don't know when she bought it. You don't know what she got it for. You don't know when she gets out. You don't know how she gets out. You don't know if she's writing options against her position that more than cover her on the exposure side. They file months later than they do their trades. You're on the outside looking in, trying to figure out what's going on in the party. You're not in the party. I avoid this like the plague. RGTI, Rigetti Computing Incorporated. This was a SPAC back in July 21, $10 stock. The stock is $12.67 Friday night. The high for the 12 months was $21.42, the low 66 cents. This has had a hell of a crazy run. Market cap right now, $3.1 billion, not a very big company. 242 million outstanding, 215 million free trading. Short position, 47 million shares, 22% of the company. Massive short position. It's crazy. Sales, $12 million. No sales. Losses of 75 million. Cash on hand was 92 million. They just raised another 100 million at apparently $2 a share just in November of last year. So the stock went from 66 to 21 in the last year. It's trading at $12.60, and they issued a ton of paper at $2. They're sitting on 190 million cash. Okay, no sales. Options are active, and so it's another one of these small SPACs that haven't got serious value yet. $3 billion at $12 a share. They're not going on the S&P 500 anytime soon. They have no earnings. No sales. I don't know what to talk about here. Quantum computing services is what they're about. Tons of companies like this. Again, it could be a darling of the Senate or the congressman or something. I would not recommend this one either. INOD is the symbol of Inodata. Inodata Incorporated. INNODATA. Inodata, Innovation Data Corporation. I don't know what that stands for, but that's probably what it is. Stock is $42.88 a share. The high $55.17, the low $5.46 in the last year. It's at $42.88. It's more towards the high than the low. Market cap, however, $1.2 billion. This is a nothing burger company. It's so tiny. Outstanding, 29 million shares. Free trading, 27 million shares. 4.2 apparently shorted, 15%. Low sales, small company. Avoid like the plague. Stay the hell away from this thing. This is so manipulated. With only 27 million free trading shares, this can be tossed around like a football between hedge funds. Stay out of there. FTNT, Fortinet, $107 stock. The high for the year, 110. The low, 54. Market cap, $82.5 billion. Outstanding, 766 million shares, 632 million free trading. Shorted only 15 million. Very small short position, 2.3%. Sales are between $5.5 to $6 billion. Profit, $1.1 billion. Cash on hand, $3.7 billion. The options trade, but of a medium volume. There's a following on this stock. You got to be incredibly conservative to play it. And that's the theme of the day if you're going to play any of these, but most you want to avoid. Next stock, VAL, V-A-L-E, the company, or Vail, SEADRs. This is a deposit receipt that is trading $9.48 last trade. The high of $13.77, the low of $8.38 a share. Market cap of this company, $40 billion. It's a mining company. They produce coal, iron ore. I would avoid this stock. Outstanding, $4.5 billion. Free trading, $4.2 billion. A short position of 2%. That's nothing. Sales of $200 billion. Profit of $40 billion. Cash to $20 billion on hand. Poor options activity outside of 60 days. After February and March options, nothing happens. Avoid this stock. This is boring as hell. I would not be into this. With trade tariffs being discussed all over the place, you don't want to be in iron ore. You don't want to be in mining stocks. You want to be the hell out. QBTS. Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning.
QBTS is called D-Wave Quantum Inc., former SPAC from Jan 21. The stock is 580 right now. The high of the last year, 1141. The low, 75 cents. Market cap, $1.8 billion, really tiny. 266 million out, 256 million free trading, 39 million short, 15%. That's a lot of stock shorted. Losses, $82 million. Sales, 4.6 million, no sales. Cash, 29 million. Not interesting. But options activity is active. There's option trading like crazy. Well, it makes sense. Why? With a market cap of $1.8 billion, this thing can be manipulated a dollar up, a dollar down anytime with no resistance. This is scary as hell. It is not for the squeamish and certainly not recommended if you're trying to quit your day job, retire early, build your retirement revenue. This is not the one you want to go with. Another stock, SOUN, called SoundHound AI Incorporated. SoundHound AI Inc. is the name. 1560 was the close Friday night. High of the year, $25, low $199. Okay. Market cap, 6.1 billion. Outstanding, 360 million. Free trading, 325 million. Short interest, 100 million shares. 31% short interest. It's massively short. Massive. Losses in the last year, $89 million. Sales, $46 million. Cash on hand, $135 million. Option trades, heavy on the call side, medium on the put side. It's another one of these stocks that is a trader, day trader's heaven stock. It's 15, 60. You can get into these 10, 12, 14, 15, 18, $20 contracts. You can wheel and deal them. It's a gambler's paradise. Be careful as an option writer. You've got to be careful with this campfire. This is scary stuff. I'm worried about the downside. I'm not worried about the upside. Just saying. Okay, Roblex, RBLX, Roblex Corp, $66 last trade. High for the year, $75, low 29. Market cap, $43.4 billion. Outstanding stock, 607 million. Free trading, 545 million. Short position, 21 million, only 4%. That's a very small short position. Sales of $2.8 billion. Losses, $1.1 billion in losses. Cash on hand, $2.2 billion. Option actives, they're active trading close in. There's a lot of action in options close in, not so much far out. Again, Roblex, you want to do credit spreads, call credit spreads a mile away from this thing, or put credit spreads a mile away. There's this quick recap of some of these guys. If I've disappointed any of you, I'm sorry, but these stocks you're talking to me about, you're asking me to look into, some of these outfits are absolutely day trading specials. They're perfect for day traders. They want action, they want speculation, and some of you out there need something more than just being an option writer and crossing your arms. You're desperate for action. I know there's some of you out there who admit to me, Uncle B, I really want to be into these. I want to be into action-oriented stocks. I would recommend one way to help avoid that trap is to not get into some of these crazy stocks, is to take on additional positions of what you already have. In other words, some of my viewers have figured out that if I'm going to write GameStop cash secured puts, or SoFi, or AI, or ASTS, or others, I'm going to do credit spreads. The best way for me to satisfy the need for action is to have multiple positions ongoing at the same time. And so I have viewers here who do NVIDIA call option credit spreads, call credit spreads. But they do credit spreads that expire this Friday, and then they have some for next Friday, and the Friday after that, and the Friday after that. They're running 5 of each. week after week after week, and they're $5 positions. I've got viewers that have GameStop $2 spreads that expire in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I have people with SoFi that are doing SoFi cash secured puts that die March, April, June to December to next January, all over the map. And so my viewers are saying to me, I'm into 20 positions. I got 20 different option positions going at the same time, all different strikes, all different expiry dates. I'm busy watching all this stuff. I don't have time to play these SPAC stocks and these $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion cap market cap companies with very little stock outstanding. I don't want to get caught in a wild swing on any of those because usually I'm wrong. I'm better off being closer in with what I have here. But that's just me telling you, like a father to a child, kids, I'm warning you, you get too close to some of these campfires, you're going to get burned. And many of you have admitted to me in private, I was so sure I was right on that. I just couldn't believe how badly it went against me. Have you noticed your GameStop while I'm yapping away? Up $1.77 to $26.50. GameStop lighting up. It's lighting up. 2.9 million traded though. Nothing great there. But there's Bitcoin speculation going on. All of a sudden, that's the magic word today for GameStop. I have no idea what's going to happen here. But it is up to $26.50. Now, you know and I know, if you're a regular here, you know that the GameStop was in the 30s not too long ago, and we've been slipping and slipping and slipping. So this is just a little bounce back so far. Unless it breaks 30, 35, don't get excited. This stock has got to jump another $10 to kind of really prove to us there's something really happening here, because from 24 to 30, 35, this is a nothing burger. Great time to be a cash secured put writer. Great time. But you and I both know. Put credit spreads. Yes, I've always said to you, fear the upside of GameStop. Don't fear the downside. Put credit spreads on GameStop. Even $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 spreads. Money in them there, Hills. Keep your eye on that. SoFi's up 36 to 1527. The Dow's up 160 points, by the way. ASTS, have you noticed that? We're up 440 now on ASTS. 3089 on ASTS. What a run. Rocket Lab up 142 to 2884. AI up $1.06. And NVIDIA's up 433. Tesla down 450. Palantir down 67 cents. The MSTR up 693. Costco up 576. Coinbase up 129. We have Google up 263. Apple up 270. Broadcom up 650. Microsoft up 430. Intel up 83. Netflix up 830. Facebook is up 293. Meta Platforms. EI Lilly down 1290. Amazon up 297. We got a real good market going here. SMCI is up 286. Uber up 347 to $78. Adobe up $17. Cisco up 53. AMD up 220. Unity up 21. Enphase down 22 cents. Spire is up 53 cents. 2020. Moderna up a couple of cents. Pfizer down 7. IBM up down 51. HPQ up 56. Home Depot up 413. Vanik Semiconductors up 468. Goldman down 444. Boeing up 41 cents. Target up 35. JP Morgan down 368. Walmart up 56. Disney down 143. American Airlines down 58. DraftKings is up 14 cents. AMC up 7. Royal Caribbean down 291. There you go. There's a brief recap of some of the favorites we follow here so far. Big move on ASTS to 3094, up 443. Rocket Lab up $1.50. GameStop up $1.70. Nice moves on all of those. Welcome to the party, pals. Glad to see you all here. Let's keep it going. Who else? Brian is saying, by the way, Bruce, it's 26 below in Calgary right now. Yikes. Tom, Nancy Pelosi got into TEM. That's why it ran. She bought options, says Tom. Hey, everybody from Raw Dog. Tom, she announced her position on Inauguration Day, right? Tom, GameStop is up. Good morning from Richard Carlin to Auntie Jen. Stuart says hi. Mandu says hi. Juan, thank you for looking into these, Bruce. Uncle Bruce, Roblex's player. Jay Boy, Uncle Bruce, I think this is really good addition to the show. Much appreciated. Charlie, thanks for your opinions on the stocks. Uncle B. David, Queenan, welcome, David. Hey, Uncle B, when you were a broker and manager of all types of portfolios, were the option strats you talk about today viable, or was it just a time of buy low, hold, and sell high? Oh, God. When I was a broker in 1979 through the 80s, and then even as a broker in the Cayman Islands in the 90s and early 2000s, it was still done manually, man. It was all done by people. It was so impossible to do any kind of credit spread trading or anything like that. You had to have 3-month positions, 6-month positions. You had to look at the long term. You had to have massive amounts of money to cover the house. Many firms would not allow it within their firms. They feared overexposure on the options market and that their customer wouldn't pay up if they lost money. Option call writing, yeah, sure. Covered call writing, yes. The buying and selling of puts and calls, oh yeah, oh sure. They allowed the gamblers to pay up front and buy calls. Oh yeah, that was. But the writing of calls was reserved for the highest stratosphere of the market, the top enders. And so it was the hedge funds, mutual funds, pension funds, these huge market capitalization outfits, banks, insurance companies, and others. They were the writers of all the contracts, practically all. And the retail people were the saps. And it was a bloodbath. And it still is. It still is. You take a look at the big picture of how many of the options that are out there are written by retail investors versus institutions. It's not even close. And this is why you folks just can't find friends that write options unless you're here. If you're part of this channel on a regular basis, you are hanging out with option writers, whether they're commenting or they're just watching on the side live, or they're watching on the reruns at double the speed. Option writers dominate this channel. And you guys who are casually watching or trying to figure out, should you become an option writer or how do you do it? You're reading these comments here, noticing people are making money writing options. Like, they're making some good coin. Some of you are critical and going, well, you know, if so-and-so didn't do that and did that, they could have made even more. But a win is a win. I don't care what you call it. A win is a win. Look at this market today. We're only up 128 points on the Dow. This is a nothing burger day. It's a quarter of a percentage point of a win for the Dow. Whoop-de freaking do. And there are people here making thousands of dollars today writing options and closing out positions and rolling into new positions. SoFi up 40 cents right now. This is huge. ASTS up $4. Oh my God, it's a mind blower. Rocket Lab up 95 cents. GameStop at 26.40. There are people here who are writing options, call, cash secured puts on Friday. They were writing cash secured puts and writing put credit spreads last Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, who are laughing this morning. They are chortling, going, this is great. Oh, I love the way this is going. AI up 81 cents, NVIDIA up 435. If you can't afford to buy NVIDIA, don't worry about it. You can make money being an option writer on NVIDIA. You can write options on NVIDIA with $500. Give me a break, man. You don't need to buy $134 stock to make money on NVIDIA. You have $500. You can write call credit spreads on NVIDIA. You can write put credit spreads on NVIDIA. Welcome to the party, pal. But you got to step up here and figure out how it's done. And we offer the opportunity. Join the party. Deep value. Thank you, Uncle B. Jeff Glass, Uncle Bruce. Musk apparently allowed to take his illegal hatchet to budget items that Congress funded through various agencies? What are the risks of Rocket Lab being a victim because it might benefit SpaceX? Well, I don't know about that. I honestly don't know. I think that Trump has made it a priority to go into space. So there's plenty of room. And Musk does not launch as a specialty low Earth orbit satellites. That's not his big business. His business is the big rockets. Rocket Lab is not a problem there. Probably what might happen is Rocket Lab and SpaceX might team up on projects. Don't be shocked if that were to happen. Ed, have a look at AMD for me, please, Bruce. Walter, good morning, Auntie Jen, and thumbs up number 176. Thank you, everybody.
Morning, Walter.
I am writing down AMD to take a look at AMD. I'll report on it tomorrow. GameStop up $1.80. Yep. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Thank you for joining us today. Bagel time. Remember now, 6 of 7 Magnificent Sevens did not post an earnings surprise for the fourth quarter. They've come up with their numbers, and they either met their number or they didn't meet their number, but nobody posted an earnings uptick. That's a warning sign. That's a shot across the bow. This is warning me this market might be topping out. These guys are worth 43% of the S&P 500 index. If 43% of the index doesn't have an earnings surprise, the rest of the index has to outperform everybody else. And it's not going to happen. We're not going to have 493 winners. No dang way. Anyway, there is the story. I'm just warning you. Call credit spreads are the way to go.
You want a warning? There's a cold weather warning in Medicine Hat. It's minus 30. The temperature is minus 30.
Oh, my God.
There's always a wind in Medicine Hat.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's the
Fahrenheit, Calgary right now, minus 13.
The kids ain't going outside for recess.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, teachers.
Medicine Hat, Alberta right now, 22 below Fahrenheit right now.
So all the people at Montana.
Cold, minus 24 for the high, a weak Wednesday. You're getting a little warmer the rest of the week, but then they're going back down again. Yikes.
It's February.
Yeah, it's true. Palm Desert, California right now is 51 degrees. High expected today, 75.
Yep.
Let me think this through. Should Jen and I get on an airplane, fly to Calgary, and take a 3.5-hour car ride to see her sister in Medicine Hat, Alberta?
You can fly to Medicine Hat.
Or should we just stay here?
I got family, man.
Let me get back to you on that one, okay? I'll get back to you on that. Give me a little time to think about it. I need a couple more nanoseconds, okay? Just give me some more nanoseconds to think about. Where am I hanging out? Oh, my goodness. 119 gain on the Dow. SoFi up 39 cents to 1530. ASTS up 442 to $31 a share. Giddy freaking up. That was $19 a share 3 weeks ago. Rocket Lab up 97 cents. GameStop up 177 and AI up 99. I don't know about you, but I like this game. I like this game. My viewers get rich. I like this game. Oh, wonderful. Volume on your SoFi in 50 minutes 7.3 million. That's quiet. But it's telling. 7.3 million traded on SoFi, and we're up almost 40 cents. Oh, we don't have selling here. This stock is trading at 39 times earnings. SoFi. It's trading for below some of the magnificent 7 PE multiples. SoFi's earnings this year are absolutely going to be higher than last year. I mean, probably double or more. This stock could be trading at 22 times next year's earnings. And the year after that, it might be trading right now at 10 times future earnings. There is no way in 2 years from now, having made as much money as they're going to be making, that SoFi is going to trade at 10 times earnings a share in 2026. No. If they trade at 30 times earnings in 2026, this is a $60 stock. So you figure it out. In 24 months, they're going to $60. They're at 15 now. They're going to go up $45 a share in the next 24 months. Do the math. It's $2 a month, every month. Now, does it happen on a monthly basis, or does it go up $6 one month, then lay low for a few months, and then goes up another $6 and lays low? Welcome to the party, pal. This thing's going higher. That's what it's going to do. And notice, I didn't mention the short position. I did not mention a cap call financing. I did not mention other business deals being done. I'm just talking about SoFi has already come out and said, well, we think we're going to make this much money next year. Analysts have come forward and say, well, they're going to make more than what they say they're going to make. They always sandbag us. And the year after, these guys are going to be making $2 a share net profit. At 30 times earnings, $2 a share profit, $60 stock. Anyway, you have to believe me or not. You don't even have to own SoFi to enjoy that kind of a payoff. You don't have to own a single share of SoFi at all. Slair, can't you just pay them to come down and see you for a few days? They know they can come down here and spend a week with us without any overhead. Help us pay the groceries if you want. Buy a couple of beers at Costco, hang out with us. But, you got to get on an airplane and come on down. We're waiting. Deep value. VIX is under 16. Brian, oh my God. ASTS, this thing's still going. I could have bought those back for 50% profit in one day. Oh, well. Brian goes, but go GameStop. That's right. Go GameStop. You're into all kinds of different trades here, Brian. Giddy up, buddy. Welcome to the party, pal.
Have we talked football?
Have we talked football? I mentioned the Eagles. I mentioned Trump coming to the game. I didn't really go into the game details because we were kind of busy here with a lot of market stuff.
Game kind of encapsulated what you're saying about the market.
Really?
A good, strong defense wins games. So a good, strong, conservative move brings you money. Sometimes you get a firework. Sometimes you get the long throw. You get the good run, But really, it's defense.
Defense wins Super Bowls. Option writers make money in the option business. End of story. That's why it's there.
It just shows you sports is an analogy of life.
Oh.
Baseball, particular, an analogy.
You'll notice one thing about the gambling business.
Who always wins?
The gambling business in Vegas, who always wins? Who's always there? The casinos. New York, Wall Street. Who's always there? Who's always been there? The investment bankers, the brokerage firms. Who wins? those guys. They're the ones who are sitting on the real estate. They're the ones that own the skyscrapers. They're the ones who are the landlords to shopping malls. They're landlords to thousands of companies around the world, businesses, tens of thousands. They're the bankers. They're always winning. Do what bankers do. Do what institutions do. Do what the brokers do. Be the casino. Welcome. Welcome to the party, pal. Up 514 on ASTS. 3165. Giddy up. Now, if there are any of you out there who have not yet cashed in on ASTS, written cash secured puts, you might have an opportunity to do a rollover right now. You might be able to buy back your 20s, your 22s, your 25s, and write 30s, write 32s, write 35s, and take a whole bunch of additional cash off the table right now. Totally up to you how you want to play this one. 15.30 on your SoFi now, up 39 cents. Up 86 on Rocket Lab, and GameStop up $1.64 to 26.37. Up 125 on AI. Giddy up, everybody. Everybody having fun yet? Juan, thank you, Uncle Bruce, for going over the set of stocks to watch and give us a great perspective on those. Do the best I can with what little I have. Mm, mm, mm. 133 gain on the Dow. 40-point gain on S&P. 233-point gain on NASDAQ. Oil is up 84 cents. Thank you all. Bagel time, baby. Giddy up, kids. I like this game. This is pretty fun. 15.38 on SoFi. The high of the day right now, up 47 cents. 8 million traded. We're at the high of the day right now. John Gill, hey, where do you see ASTS going? How high is too high for these covered call puts? Or these cash secured puts? Well, if you want to move up the 30s, you know, you're writing essentially out of the money put contracts, $1.82 out of the money. Can you get a big fat premium on it to buy this thing back at the low 20s? I think you're laughing all the way to the bank on this thing. The 52-week high on ASTS, 39.08. It has to hit 45 for the cap call deal to pay off. You know the target number it's going to get to. It doesn't have to get there today or tomorrow, but you know it's 45. It's 31. Are you happy writing a 35? Can you get your hands on a credit? Like what kind of a credit can you get if you write ASTS puts? Let me take a look at the old ASTS here if I can get a. I'll be 10 minutes behind on my quote, but let's take a look anyway. Oh, that bagel was delicious. 31.66, up 5.15 right now. What a run. Let me take a peek here. Okay, let's go back here to options. And let's take a look at I'm going to look at Jan 26s because I want to know how much money would this pay. Look at those. Oh my God. 35s. Holy crap. You can bring in $14.95 last trade. They're what are they now? $12.90 to $13.55. Wow. There's some dough. If you can bring in $13.50 a contract to buy back a $35 stock, you're willing to pay $21.50. Are you comfortable with that? The 30s, oh my God, can you get your hands on $19 or $20 for those? I mean, give me a break. You write a $30 put contract and you're going to get paid $20 in cash. You're offering to buy the stock for $10 a share. Why aren't you guys running, buying Ferraris and driving as fast as you can to the option window? Offer these. Oh my God, Jan 26 put contracts, 30 and 35s. Oh my word, look at the money you can haul in on those. 18 to 21 is the market on the 30s. That's insane. Insanity. The 25s are 685 to 785. The 2250s are 555 to 580. Look, if you wrote the 25s for $9 or $10, you can buy them back down here in the 7 range and turn around and write 30 or 35s and add a mountain of money to your cash account. What? To your margin account. My God, this is incredible. This is insanity. Anyway, you got to check out your option chain yourselves. I cannot guarantee the accuracy of these prices. I am 10 minutes behind the mark here. I don't know the absolute bid ask, but oh my gosh, this is insane, man. Wild, just wild, guys. ASTS, wow, what a run. Just amazing. 31.67 last trade, up 5.16 a share. The low, 52-week low, $1.97. The high, $39.08. If you just raised $460 million in cash, convertible into stock, and if the stock breaks through 45 a share, it is a free trading stock swap into that money, which takes the debt off the books. But it's a 5-year debt deal. So the organizations, the institutions that put up the $460 million, they're getting interest for 5 years. That's the deal, knowing they can get into the stock. But they're thinking stock isn't going to be $30, $40 in 5 years. It's going to be $300 to $400 in 5 years. That's their mentality. It's got to be their mentality. They're happy taking interest on the money, knowing they've locked in a fantastic deal for stock. This was a no-brainer. I can't believe that they only raised $460 million. I'm surprised they didn't go for $1 billion. Now, they could do another one. They could come to the market in 3 months and say, we want to do another one of these cap call deals. We want to raise $1 billion from 30 to a $60 range. And they might well get it. Makes the first one super slam dunk. Anyway, awesome. Anyway, there it is. I have a 25 now, says John. I'm a happy guy. Okay, thank you, Dennis. 1320 on those 35s for Jan 26. Oh my gosh. Well, 1320 for a $35 contract. You're on the hook to pay $21.80. Is that what it is? Yeah, this is a slam dunk deal. Oh my God. Unbelievable, guys. Thank you for helping me out with that quote. That's wild. 31.92 on ASTS. This is the high of the day again. I think this is the high of the day. 31.97 right now. Yep. Unbelievable. This thing's on a tear. There are 33 million shorted, 22% of the free float. Those guys are in big trouble. Those guys are in huge trouble. Those 33 million shares going from 18 to here, that's a $14 loss on 32 million shares. Oh God, that's a $500 million loss in 2 weeks. Wow, that's more than they raised to do the deal. Hello, the shorters just financed this entire fundraise. Awesome. That's incredible. Incredible. John, I will take care of you. John J., I'll take care of you after the show's done. I'll get you your lessons, okay? We'll get you set up and you're on your way, buddy. Get you working and making dough here. Oh my God. SoFi, new high, says Mandu number 5. New high of the day, Bruce, on SoFi. We got stuff going on all over the place here. We are now at 15. What are we at now? I will check my SoFi quote. 1537, 1540 range. Looking good. 1540 for the high of the day. And the volume on SoFi is still light, I believe. Volume now is 8.9 million. I mean, it's a nothing burger today. This is awesome. This is really good. To be up 45 to 50 cents a share on not even 10 million shares, that is a sign. That's a sign that this thing's going higher. That is for darn sure. Wow. Welcome to the party, pals. Hope you're having a good time here. Up $1.05 on that Rocket Lab now. 144 gain on GameStop. Thank you very much. Let's see, 232 gain on Apple. Tesla down only 149 now. It's coming back a bit. Microsoft up 480. Alphabet up 263. Amazon up 380. Nvidia's up 450. And Meta up 49 cents here. Wow. What a run. Take a look at some other stocks here. AI up 160 a share. Adobe up $19. Netflix up 1478. Let's see who else is moving here. Vanek up 4. Home Depot up 470. Palantir is at 114.49, up 360, pushing highs of 116.30, all-time highs again. Uber up $3, 77.66, only 10 away from the 52-week high. Coming on. MicroStrategy up 631, ASTS now 580, a 32.33 stock, zooming upwards of only 6 something away from its $39 high of the year. There you go. GameStop stock rises, says Barron's. Social media post is fueling Bitcoin speculation on GameStop and MSTR. Something, maybe, possibly, I don't know. Something is cooking here. I don't know for sure, but I'll tell you. You look at the GameStop management. You look at the GameStop clientele. The backbone of GameStop's retail customer, 20 to 40-year-old men. Mainly males, 20 to 40, all aware of Bitcoin. There's a huge Bitcoin following among the younger crowd. That's GameStop's market. That's their people. I don't know what is GameStop going to do with Bitcoin or any of these cryptocurrencies. I can't say. I have no idea. But they got $4.6 billion to do something. I don't know what it could be. I have no idea. Blair says here, just in case, I have a relaxed day, you guys. I start tomorrow my 6-day vacay and then work for the next 3 or 4 weeks. So rock and roll, Blair. Alex, I just closed out my remaining Amazon call credit spreads for 4 cents each. Then I wrote AMD call spreads 125.30 expiring 21 March for 53 cents. There you go. Uncle Bruce, what is the GameStop call strategy now that this Cohen thing is coming out? I understand it's all speculation right now, but what are your thoughts? By the way, I just got 13.10 for those cash secured puts, $35 cash secured puts from ASTS. Congratulations. That's Alex, geez, my portfolio's up 8% today. Is this real life? Alex is in need of a Will Smith dope slap today. Yes, it is. Alex loves this one. Neat, Mandu, neat. Alex, don't worry. I have my own Auntie Jen who keeps my feet on the ground. Don't worry. I got one here. She gives me the odd dope slap, I'm sure. Very good, says Auntie Jen. Focus. Make us richer. Slap. Giddy up. Well, I tell you, kids, unbelievable. 32.20 on ASTS, and there are premiums available on put contracts. Oh my God. Well, easy rollover time here, you guys. My goodness, take advantage of this. Rocket Lab up 123, GameStop up 163, AI up 169. Giddy up, everybody. Alex, neat. Charlie, neat. Always be writing number 188. Neat. There you go. Thank you, guys, for these thumbs ups. Thank you for answering my poll question of the day today. We have 188 thumbs ups, and we have poll results, 260 votes. My preferred strategy to write stock options is to, number one answer, write cash secured puts. 54% are doing that. Number two, writing covered calls, Uncle Bruce. Number three, writing put options. Number four, writing put credit spreads. And number four, writing call option credit spreads. There you go. Giddy up, guys. Thanks for letting us in on this. What are your thoughts? What are you doing? How are you making money? We're up $6 a share, 22.6% gain on AST Space Mobile. There was an ad on the Super Bowl yesterday talking about using your phone, using satellites. I don't know if any of you saw that ad or not, but something's working out. Oh man.
That's where I am.
I'm on the top of a mountain. I'm calling you. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for your backing of our channel today. 100 and how many thumbs up now? 188. We need 12 more for 200. Help me out if you can, kids. Give us a little boost if you can figure it out. 234 of you were here. Hit that thumbs up button for us and give us a bit more momentum. Thank you all. Welcome to the show, and welcome to the party, pal. I'll tell you, there's a party going on here. Unbelievable. Looking good. I like this game. It's kind of fun. I think this is a good time we got going on here. A splair, neat, the big E, neat, with a Z at the end. Walter Young, it's good to be grounded. It's just good to be grounded. There you have it, kids. Easy money being handed to you from a conservative side of the market, where you just haul in cash by writing options and let the gamblers take all the risks. Let them guess all they want what this market's going to do. You react to the market. The market is screaming at you what it wants to do. Let it do it. Go with it. Go with the market. Don't fight this market. Let it dictate what's happening. Cash secured puts on Sofi, easy peasy. Cash secured puts on ASTS or put credit spreads on ASTS. Easy. Rocket Lab. Oh my God. Cash secured puts, put credit spreads, call credit spreads. GameStop, put credit spreads. And cash secured puts on GameStop. Just begging you. Please write us. Please write these. There are gamblers willing to pay you. They'll gamble. AI up 184. Oh, put credit spreads. Call credit spreads, cash secured puts, NVIDIA, call credit spreads on NVIDIA, 160s, 170s, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, easy peasy. Tesla 361, stay $80 out of there, either direction. Short-term exposure, oh my gosh, we're down 62 cents on Tesla this morning. Palantir up $4, call credit spreads ahead of this market, put spreads behind this market. Easy money. Giddy up, you guys. They're yelling at you. They're showing it to you. They're telling you what they want to do. Let them do what they want to do. Run this puppy. Get richer, kids. Get rich 2, 3, 4% at a time. Week in, week out. 4, 5, 6, 8, 10%. Month in, month out. Just compound your earnings. No banker is going to give you this, and there is no wealth advisor anywhere where you live that specializes in what you're doing here. Nobody does what you do here. It's just being handed to you. Walter Young, neat, B Tizzle, neat. Splair, neat. There you go. Don't forget the knee emojis. Thank you for joining me today from wherever you are. Congratulations, class takers. If you're taking classes from my website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. These folks are doing it. They're making money. Why don't you join these guys? Try some practice accounts. Take a few of my lessons. Do some practice trading. Risk-free. What do you got to lose? You're going to learn so much about this market. Become smarter than the rest of these dummies. It won't take much. Trust me, it will not take much. There are people here who admit freely, I had no idea it was this easy. I had no clue it would be this simple to write options. I thought this was like complicated quantum physics or something. I had no idea. I thought I needed a minimum $1 million in my account. I had no idea. With a couple of grand, I can be an option writer? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, Uncle Bruce, I like this game. Welcome to the party, pal. It's something you can do for the rest of your life. Man, Chase Rosita Parker, neat. Stuart Longsdale, neat. Don't forget the Knights of Knee. They're the mysterious power behind this market. Honor the Knights of Knee. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you here tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock Eastern, for the Gold Bagel Member Alert Show. First thing we do is just for these guys. Become one of those right now. And 8:30, we'll see everyone else right here 1 hour before we open. And let's see if we can get you guys making money. You can get richer. Why not? You know how many private jets arrived and left New Orleans in the last few days with all kinds of option writers who were spending $5,500 a ticket on average to be there? You saw the celebrities. I know you saw the celebrities. They always show those. What you didn't see were the 50,000 others who could afford anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 a ticket. I have no idea how much of those corporate suites cost to get into that. How many private jets flew in and out of New Orleans with option writers on them?
I heard a number of $50,000. If you were going to go to New Orleans for the weekend and see the Super Bowl, $50,000.
Well, if you can make $500,000 a month writing options, what's $50,000 for a game once a year? Once a year. It's only $50,000 once a year. Hello. What other events do they go to? Oh my God. One, I sold 5 $25 ASTS Jan 26. I got $680, Uncle Bruce. Charlie, thanks, Uncle B. Have a great day. BP, neat. Blair, I'm curious if the friend of my buddy Kevin joined you after last video about SoFi cash secured put. I don't know. I can't say. Thank you all for being here today and being here every day. We'll see you tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and we'll see how this market makes you richer. Thank you, everybody. Bye for now. Jen, 3, 2, 1.
Bye.